Good morning, my dear friends.
Good morning.
It is a blessing to be back in New York, especially to be back in Lattingtown Baptist Church. Welcome, all of you. That was a great opportunity, great privilege, and blessing to be in Mexico. You see, dogs are part of the church. Believe it or not, the first thing you can see when you open the doors and the 2 or 3 dogs get inside. And this is normal. But let me read you 2 verses that I want you to have in mind what is all about my trips to Mexico. The Bible said, he that descended is the same also that ascended up far above all heavens, that he might fill all things. And he gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the perfecting of the saint, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ. This is exactly what we do in Mexico. First thing we can talk about, the dogs. Okay, it's part of the congregation there. Seems to be that families, the dogs follow the family sometimes, and that they sit down with the dogs next to them most of the time. This is nice. About weather, I enjoy weather. The lowest was 97. Oh, a wonderful time, my dear friends. The only thing I cannot put my suit there. And the highest was 99 during I was there. This trip was a wonderful. First thing I want to thank your support, the financial support and the spiritual support. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your prayer, because it's very easy to go and travel to Mexico, leaving behind a great congregation like you, that you're praying for me in my way there. The part of Mexico that I was this time is not really safe, to be honest with you. Okay, I was talking to brother in the back, and I cannot say through the website. I mean, through the Facebook, but it's not really safe at all in Mexico to be there. But we have the opportunity. You see, most of the pastors there, I just want to let you know this, they really dedicated 100% on their churches. Most of the pastors there, what they do, they have the church, but they have 2 or 3 small ministries around towns. They always have a foundation of a new little church. That means this is the mother church, and they have a few missions and places. Always they have there. And a small group, so we call it a small group of 20, 30, 40 people. That's a small groups there. And really, the only problem they have there is money. Money is what they stop them. Most of them, they have no new building for these small groups there. So we gotta do, somebody maybe saw me preaching in the outside, and there was like in the street. They put a tent there, and we preach there, in those places. Okay, and that, what we call the first church that I visited was a Bible. No, it's a fundamental Baptist church. They call Berea. Berea has 2 or 3 small missions. And then the man asked me if I don't mind to go and preach there. I said, no, that's what I'm here for, to preach and bring the gospel to everybody. And this place, it was really nice. Really nice. It was right in the street. Almost in the street, I might say. Right in the middle of the street, we put a small little tent. And in fact, we have a big tent. We put it one night before. And guess what happened next day?
The rain.
Wasn't there. Wasn't there, my friends. Wasn't there. The tent, the big tent, we put it there. It just disappeared. So we put something else there, 1, 2, 3, but we bring the gospel there. We preach about the plan, God's plan for your family. There was a really place that they really need to hear that message. We did it there for 3 days, and then we come back to the mother church, we can call that. They call it Berea Baptist Church. And over there, we preach about a mission conference. And it was very wonderful, my friends. But you know, in Mexico, they're always ahead of the game. They promote. What they're going to do, they promote for months, just to make sure that at the date that we're going to be preaching there, it's a lot of people. You see, promotion is very important in every church, my friends. We can just come out of nowhere. Hey, tomorrow is a mission conference. Oh no, we have to promote conference. Do you understand what I mean? We have to have promotions. That's why you can see Mexico. Mexico is a great revival, my dear friends. Every place that I went was a lot of people, man. A lot of people. But what happened? They make flyers. And they start giving for 2-3 months before. By the time I was there, they already told me we started giving away flyers. We have to promote for at least for 2 or 3 months what we're going to do at the end of these 3 months, my friends. And that's why we can see a lot of people in Mexico. We have a lot of people for mission conference. And then, being preaching there, a few pastors show up there also because they want to talk to me. I'm very thankful. God opened the door to me. I'm not a special person, or I'm not a famous person, but when I got there, people want to talk to me. And they asked me, can you preach tonight in my church? I said, okay. My dear friends, I visited 5 churches and I was preaching in 5 churches. I was really busy. That wasn't a vacation trip. That was really a lot of work. I was in the evening, the 8th, preaching in a different church. There was, my dear friends, it's a lot of revivals there. You can go a very simple person like me and preach, and it's a lot of revivals there in Mexico. But they promote everything, my dear friends. And then I was in Berea. Berea had 3 different places. I was in 3 different places there, and I came here to Berea. I preached over there about the mission conference. Now, it was very nice to tell you about that. We have a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, but they're all in Spanish. Sorry, okay, everything is in Spanish there. And then we moved to this second church. They call it. I won't tell you the name anyway. It was another church that on Sunday night, the 8th. And Monday morning, I have to travel to Reynosa. Reynosa is another place there. Being over there, a man, another pastor, approached me and he said to me, "Is any way can you do Wednesday in my church?" My dear friend, when I'm there, I'm very thankful. This is only God can do this to me. My dear friend, that I always, when I'm there, people want me to visit their churches. Right now, at this moment, I can come back and I have about 4 or 5 pastors that they want me to do in their churches, meetings. And I'm so excited for all these things. But the problem in Mexico, right away, money. I preach in the 1, 3, 4, the 3rd church. I was preaching on Wednesday night. They have a huge building, just about this big. We have no problem there. But you know something? It's a lot of people always. I just wonder how they do that. Here we start with the new church. From Thursday to Sunday. That church impressed me a lot. My dear friend, the church wasn't even half of this church. Not even half of this church. Over there, we have no building just like us in America, but we have so much people there in those churches. I give my testimony there how wonderful and monumental buildings we have in America, but we have no people. That's the difference. Believe it or not, on the third church, that was the worst place I ever been there. I talked to the brother in the back already. But the building church was not even, my dear friend, not even half of this. Less than a half of this. And inside we have about 70, 80 people inside. Not just that. We have to put chairs outside the church, my dear friends. Because inside the building, they don't fit. We have two around and the windows, they're watching the sermon. And they listen to the sermon. I mean, that church really impressed me. But my dear friends, over there, it's a different world. People really dedicated to the gospel. Pastors, they really dedicated to the churches. Everybody has 2, 3 different groups. So they really busy the whole week. They not sit down for Monday to Friday and Sunday they get up and they go for preaching. They're really preaching every day. The biggest problem, the last church I was that it's not room for people. They want to build a new building, but they don't have the money. Believe me, we have about, if we count everything, more than 100 people there in a place that I wasn't even half. Listen, I think that room there was from this window to here. And not even this long. Not even this long. And we have people one on top of the other. It's not nice, and it's not amazing, my friends, how Mexico is moving forward to the kingdom of heaven, my friends. How Mexico really has great revivals. And I was so excited. Always when I come back from there to here, I'm so excited. Now we went for, listen to this. On the 99th degree, we went out for soul winning. We went out for visitation. I told them, do you have any people that I stopped coming to this church? Oh yeah, we have a lot. Okay, let's get the names and address and we go. And we walk. That's what they do in Mexico, my dear friends. If somebody is missing in our congregation, the first thing we have to do, this is not just the pastor's job, it's our job. Go visiting people that they just disappear from church. We don't know why they stopped coming, do you understand? The same thing we did there, and we went visiting a lot of people there. Well, my dear friends, it's amazing how Mexico, those great revivals, everything is a revival for them. And people come to Christ, family they come, and I don't know what else I can tell you, but the last church really impressed me. The building, there was not even from that window to this, not even that long, maybe it's just about right here. More than 100 people there inside. 70, 80 people there that have no more room. They try to expand, but they have no money. And you know something? In America, we have no problem with money in the churches. But we my dear friends, I think we've fallen asleep in churches, with all my respect. If I say anything that is not right, accept my apologies. But here, I think we've fallen asleep a little bit. And I want to be a help. I already expressed that to Pastor and to this gentleman here. I want to be a help. Let's do something. Because we got to do something. We just cannot just go sit down and, well, it is what it is. No, it's something else that you can see at this moment. But my dear friends, Mexico really impressed me every time when I go over there, especially the last church. It's in a place also. It's just make believe that church that was set in the middle of worst part of Newburgh. But Pastor is happy there. Pastor said that God called him to put his church right there in the middle of that place. Very, very dangerous place. But over there is a lot of people, my friend. We have almost inside, I would say 70, 80 people, and people outside. And the funny part is this, that they bought a TV for the people outside, but they have on top of chair. That was very funny the way they do things there, but they do more than they can do. They have it in chair, the TV there. They're excited, they're happy for life. So my dear friends, let's pray about this ministry for Mexico. I'm going back again in September. The last couple of weeks of September, I will be in Mexico again. Hopefully, this is going to be a little more comfortable. But you see, in my way back, and I finished that, I have 11 hours delay. In my way back, I sleep right in the airport. 11 hours. I've reached Atlanta, Georgia, just about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I got to sleep there, and took the airplane the next day at 9 o'clock. You believe that? But I'm still happy for Jesus. I'm still excited that I'm doing my call. God called me into this ministry, and I will continue in this ministry until I drop dead. Because I believe so that we have to think about this way. God called us for a reason. We're all here. Not just to sit down and listen to the pastor, but God called us to evangelize people outside. Thinking about if today we have one visitor. If we all bring one visitor, we double this number. Every time when you come to church, let's think about to bring somebody, a neighbor, a family, or something. My dear friends, thank you. Thank you very much. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for your prayers, and thank you for your financial support. I hope and I pray that I can make a difference here. I hope that I can help you guys in anything I can do. Thank you very much, Lattingtown Baptist Church. Thank you.